Every year, millions of books are published. But here's the reality. Most people only read maybe 4 books a year, if they're lucky. With so many choices, it's easy to pick the wrong one and waste your time. But every once in a while, you find a book that doesn't just give you information, it reshapes the way you see everything. I call these mind shifters. Before I read these 9 books, I thought one way. After I finished them, I thought a completely different way. They changed how I handle failure, how I make decisions, and how I find meaning when things get tough. These are the 9 books that changed my life. The Internal Engine: Talent versus Effort. I used to think talent was the only thing that mattered. If you weren't born a genius, why bother? Then I read Grit by Angela Duckworth. She showed me that while talent matters, it's often not the main thing. Success is driven by grit, a combination of deep interest, deliberate practice, and a sense of purpose. It taught me that resilience and perseverance are things we can actually nurture in ourselves. This led me to Mindset by Dweck. I was raised with a fixed mindset, believing my skills were set in stone. Dweck's research proved that our abilities are actually malleable. Now, instead of seeing failure as proof that I'm not good enough, I see it as an opportunity to grow. The Strategist: Smarter Decisions. But how do you make better choices? Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke changed my entire decision-making process. Duke, a poker champion, taught me to stop resulting, which is when we think a good outcome means we made a good decision. Sometimes you make a great choice and still lose because of luck. She taught me to estimate probabilities instead of assuming certainties. And when life gets messy, I use The Stoic Challenge by William Irvine. This book taught me to reframe setbacks. Instead of seeing a project delay as a burden, I now use the Stoic test. I give myself 5 minutes to imagine the Stoic gods are testing my ingenuity and resilience. If I can meet that test, I come out stronger. The Creative Path: Defeating the Wall. If you've ever tried to start a project and felt paralyzed, you've met what Steven Pressfield calls the resistance. In The War of Art, Pressfield identifies this hidden force that keeps us from doing our work. Amateurs give into it. Professionals look it in the eye and challenge it every single day. I now keep a sign on my desk that says, "Beat the resistance." On the flip side of resistance is Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. We've all had those moments where we're so absorbed in a task that we lose track of time. This happens when a challenge is perfectly matched to our skills. Because of this book, I now intentionally look for ways to bring more flow into my daily life. The Social Key: Persuasion and Scale. To move through the world, you have to understand people. Influence by Robert Cialdini is the ultimate guide to persuasion science. He breaks down 6 principles, like reciprocity, where we return favors, or social proof, where we look to others for cues on how to behave. Understanding these helps you persuade others ethically and effectively. But when the big picture feels too large, I turn to Bird by Lamott. The title comes from a boy struggling with a huge report on birds. His dad's advice? Just take it bird by bird, buddy. It's a reminder that writing, and life, is like driving at night. You can only see as far as your headlights, but you can make the whole journey that way. The Ultimate Truth: Meaning. Finally, the most powerful book on this list, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Frankl survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps by realizing that the primary human drive isn't pleasure, it's meaning. Even in dehumanizing conditions, we can find significance. This book taught me that we can use our craving for meaning to build a resilience that can survive anything. Which one are you starting with? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the books that matter.